So I'm in a place called the Faroe Islands, which is halfway between Scotland and Iceland. On this beach behind me, amongst others, they do a thing called the grin, where they herd pilot whales onto the beach and kill them, and the meat is then passed out amongst the community. But the killing process has got to be one of the most brutal things you can ever see. What I'm doing here is I've come to try and facilitate debate regarding this practice called the grind. I'd like to see it stopped, but that's no easy challenge, and one of the reasons is it's actually legal what they do here, and that makes it much more difficult as an activist to effect change. And in fact, the only way that I can see it being stopped is in fact if the Faroese people themselves wish to stop, and at the moment it's a valued part of their community. And while I disagree with it, and I think it's wrong, and I don't think it belongs in this day and age, convincing the Faroese people of that is no easy task. So what I've been doing here is we went around, we did some radio interviews, we had a live debate this morning, we met with the Prime Minister yesterday afternoon, a little bit on television and the newspapers. So we're just trying to further the message and say, hey, maybe it's time you guys reconsider this. But you need to be very tactful in it. If you just get in their face and tell them that they're assholes, it will become trench warfare and they will never change. And these people are not assholes. These people are wonderfully generous, and I may not like the grin, but I do still really like the people here. And the country itself is extraordinary. This is one of the coolest places I've ever been to. I came here about 4 years ago, and when I stepped off the plane and driving into town, it was like I'd stepped into a fantasy land or a fairy tale place or something. One of the most extraordinary places on earth. But I certainly do not like the grin, and I hope one day that it will be phased out of here. That might do it actually.